after years of fighting, the insurgents in Nigeria's northeast have become increasingly aggressive, not just to targets, but also to rivals. It was reported that 87 Boko Haram fighters were killed in a reprisal attack launched by the Islamic State of West Africa province, ISWAP. The suspect ISWAP element reportedly carried out the reprisal at the camp of the commander of Boko Haram, Bakura Modu, in the Lake Chad area. The attack came barely 5 days after a group of terrorists affiliated to Boko Haram eliminated 24 ISWAP fighters in Goza and Borno states. Jide, I won't say our prayer, God is answering our prayer directly and indirectly, but somehow, there's a kind of in-house superiority fight between these Boko Haram guys and the ISWAP guys. Can you just give us a breakdown? What is really happening in this camp? Since the death of Shekau, I know that there have been a lot of shake-up within the camps of the factions of Boko Haram.
You know, when Shekau died, and he took his own life, there were some of his boys who badly wanted to revenge. They didn't want to have anything to do with the Al-Banawi group. They prefer to remain inside the Sambisa forest and continue their killing campaign. Some surrendered, some surrendered to the Al-Banawi group.
Okay.
Yes, some surrendered, and there was really an attempt to merge the two groups.
To be one.
Yes. In fact, they announced, there was a video that they shot where they announced that, okay, we are now coming together. But it didn't work. It didn't work, and there are various reasons for this. There were people who were at the level of commanders in Shekau's group. Once they got into the other group, the Al-Banawi faction, they were downgraded from commanders to ordinary fighters. So somebody who had been used to backing out others, giving instructions, suddenly became... So a lot of those people felt treated badly and decided that either they revolt, which could cost them their lives, or they surrender to Nigerian forces. A good number of those surrendering are those reluctant to embrace these guys and fight with them together. You know, we are talking about years of bitterness since 2016, when ISIS decided to enthrone Abu Musab al-Banawi as the leader of the group. Shekau had not been happy. He decided to start doing this thing.
His own faction.
That how can he start this and then ISIS
not bring somebody?
It was because he was killing his members recklessly, and they got information and they decided that, look, you don't have the temperament to lead. Let's bring Abu Musab al-Banawi. In any case, that one has education, is a young man, brilliant man, and all that. So now, this man, Bakura Buduma, was the person who led remnants of Shekau's group to attack Abu Musab al-Banawi, and Abu Musab al-Banawi was injured in that attack, and that was what led to his death. He was injured, he succumbed to his injuries. It's all part of the desire to revenge. Oh, you people came to sack us in our camp, and that was what caused the death of our leader. Okay, let us see. And then, remember last week, the other group attacked Shekau's group.
And killed
they attacked ISWAP's group.
And killed 24 of their members.
This was ISWAP's fight back, and ISWAP killed 87 of their own members and arrested a good number. They arrested a good number who wanted to surrender. They arrested those ones and took them away. Now, within ISWAP itself, following the death of Abu Musab al-Banawi, there is also serious contestation for power within ISWAP right now. And even yesterday, many of the ISWAP fighters died in the battle for supremacy between them. Nobody knows where this will end. If you look at their history, ISWAP has had many of its leaders killed, beginning with even Mama Noor himself, who was the father figure, the politician. Who
have value for human life.
They've been killing each other. Either somebody will be suspected of disloyalty or anything, the next thing is gone. So right now, until they stabilize within ISWAP, this kind of killings, this kind of attacks will continue, because it's a kind of family war.
Feud,
I have issue with you, I'm coming, and they know each other, they know each other's,
and they know the terrain.
They know
where
this one, this Bakura first escaped to Cameroon when they wanted to kill him. Then he came back, then the whole of that Marte area was moving from point to point, and then went to the Lake Chad Islands, which is where Banawi. So he went there and he's staying in that area now. So it's a very interesting.
Their taxes. When
they allow you to farm. You need to see some pictures of
their own
farms.
kingdom there.
Farms, beautiful, lush green. They allow people to farm, and they give people grains, just to encourage them to join the group. That's the thing. When there is absence of government in an area, these people will come in, fill that vacuum, and then they are giving children money. Giving children money. This is what we are seeing.
Wow.
This was during Salah.
Over the weekend, the ISWAP group went in with about 50 speedboats to attack the Boko Haram guys, where they killed some of them.
50 speedboats.
50 speedboats. I want to also think that we should use some intelligence gathering from those who are surrendering, so that at least we can, and I know our guys are doing that, the security agencies are doing that, so that we can at least tap into this, seize the momentum of this confusion amongst our camps.
We shouldn't get involved. Let's just leave them.
No, we
it's
can't.
Like the animal kingdom. What happens there? I like watching this. When you are watching all this
they are really dealing with
animal kingdom, or what's all this National Geographic. You are watching. You are in your car watching the lion hunt down a gazelle. You don't get involved. You just live in. You may have pity for the little animal, but you can't get involved. You can't save. You can't attempt to save.
Simplifying our own work.
This is the way it is.
But when they settle down, they will start launching attacks again.
But let them eliminate.
Let's see how far they can go with killing one another.
Maybe they just.
I think they will reduce their numbers.
Already they are even finding it difficult. Now their numbers are reducing because of those.
Because I used to think the ISWAP guys, they're quite formidable and they can crush the Shekau faction.
And there is no evidence that if they kill 87, is that not crushing? They can't. Shekau's people cannot stand them. These are guys who overrun military bases.
Shekau's people killed 24 ISWAP members. Now ISWAP killed 87.
87 and arrested a good number. And took them away.
100 something.
Yeah.
There is no doubt. There is no doubt that they have the capacity. People can kill about 100 Chadian soldiers in one day. You cannot, and they have weapons. You can't.
This one guys.
Yes, now
that
was what caused the president to launch that attack.
That killed
they killed 90. Then some of them who were injured died. So in the end, about 100 soldiers. President Deby said that was the worst attack on Chadian soil.
Yeah.
The worst.
So that's why he went there to lead the battle himself.
He said, okay, I will teach you a lesson for doing this.
Eventually,
before they launched the attack, because they waited for some days, I think about 5 days or so, a good number of them had fled. They knew the war was coming. So they will not wait. That was why they were able to survive despite that the ferocity of the attack, because not all of them waited. Some had fled with their gun trucks. So it's the people that he met that he killed.
Dealt with them.
Ultimately, for Nigerian Army, this is the time to look at the situation and know how we are going to move in.
No, I think there has been an improvement in the way the Nigerian Army has been fighting the battle. I mean, they have been making some inroads and some gains, especially now that, as they are fighting themselves, they are a bit distracted. So the Nigerian army is able to make some inroads by chasing some of their remnants, their renegades away. So I think there was a statement as regards to that development about a week ago or thereabout. But I think it's also a good thing that they are not coordinated now. They are quarreling amongst themselves. But I just hope they won't come back stronger if the ISWAP group.
They always survive all kinds of adversities. And that's why I always warn our people. Never jubilate too early. Keep your eyes on the ball.
That ideology is
every
the
time
thing that you can't kill.
Every time we felt that, oh, these guys are gone,
they'll come back strong.
you. Even now, then when they suffer a setback, wait for them. They are likely to succeed elsewhere. For example, they went to Damboa. We crushed them. They couldn't get into Damboa. But we couldn't stop them from overrunning Ran. And it was a big military base that they overran. We couldn't stop them in the Monguno area from ambushing our soldiers and killing dozens.
Places that were vulnerable.
This is their work. They are constantly watching, and they all do a lot of intelligence gathering, using some of the people who live, civilians who live with them. When I was reading about
some military guys are also giving them information.
Yes,
some of them are
when I was reading about the bombing of some fishermen, my mind went to how does the Air Force know this is an area, this is a Boko Haram territory? It makes the place a legitimate target. Now, when you mix with fishermen and other people, how do you expect the Air Force to differentiate between? So as far as the Air Force was concerned, that place was a Boko Haram territory, and they had to drop bombs there. So the next thing we started reading was that, oh, they killed fishermen. Boko Haram is trying to get people to come around, feel free in the areas that they are in control
to use as
of.
a shield.
And they also make money off you. From the fishermen, they will collect taxes and all that, so which will help them to prolong their own campaign. That's the thing. They want you to, they are telling you, come. In our own case, we don't kill civilians. Abu Musab al-Banawi does not kill civilians. He kills civilian JTF, police, and the army. So that's why it's bringing people closer. But the danger in doing that, in allowing that to continue, is more and more people will be recruited.
That's
All
the thing.
right. I would thank you, Mojid Jami. Thank you for your contribution. And Babajide Kolade Otitoju, thank you for your contribution. And